Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the offense on first down. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Trying to make magic with his feet. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Pressure coming. And they got him for the sack. And the Buffaloes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. He's going to run it. And he is corralled short of the line to gain.
This is why 3rd down is so difficult for quarterbacks, because the defense substitutes, they put faster guys on the field, and they've got all of their different exotic looks they've been game planning all week for. Some things you haven't seen on film yet, and it confuses your offensive line, it confuses you, and you're out here just trying to make...
Intercepted. Those kind of plays can be huge for momentum. Even with the short return, they're set up at the 45.
I know it's early, but it's just one drive, right? You got to put this behind you. It isn't how you wanted to open up. It isn't how you wanted to start. This offense has got to go to the sidelines, get with the coach, settle down, and figure out the game plan for the rest of the game.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Handoff from the gun. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered.
Caught over the middle. It's Scatterbo. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Right down the middle. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Sanders. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
He couldn't get close to the marker. Got 3 yards, but it'll be 4th and 3.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if we can just get him out of a spot.
And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying the left side. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and we are done in the first quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Scatterbook. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Looking to throw on second down. They're bringing heat. Takes a hit as he fires. And they swarm him under.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. Despite failing earlier on fourth down, they will try again here. They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll try to pick up the first. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Low man wins. Defense that time on fourth down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Leaves it with the running back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Looking for a man. It's Sanders. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And that pass is intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. Finds his man. It's Scatterbook. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On third down, going up top. And he tried to put the touch on it, but it's incomplete.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Looking to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. What a snag by the defense. Takes it the other way. The 40. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Buffs. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
You always hear the old saying, tips lead to picks. Quarterbacks have got to be careful. You've got to be so accurate with the ball. If you're not, and a defender tips that thing up into the air, bad things generally happen. Pick six. Doesn't get much worse than that.
Oh, trickery. He'll try to run it in. An abject disaster on this fake. They came closer to giving up a 2 than getting the 2. So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
You know, I think if I'm the quarterback, I'm probably not throwing at this linebacker anymore. That's now already his 2nd pick in this game. He's been doing an outstanding job in coverage. I think if you're the QB, you got to start avoiding him.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
To the air. It's a fake. The kicker wants to throw it. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the 2-point conversion. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. From inside the 15, here's the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. He's out past the 35. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Dances away from 1. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Well, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. And the Buffaloes will kick it away first, and we'll start the 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. Got the quick pass. Turns it on in midfield. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Sun Devils want to crank the tempo. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Gets it out fast. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some... Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. He'll try to take it back. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. Defense in press coverage. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Colorado.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got his man downfield. Flying out to the left. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Colorado.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy.
It's a fake, and the holder showing off that arm. And the quick shuffle pass. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Trying to get to it. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He turns that loose down the right side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Makes the catch and knocked down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He fires one deep over the middle. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He's going for it all. And he makes the catch at the 25. All by himself down the middle. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Colorado 20, Arizona State 0.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. On 2nd and goal, they go right back to him. Touchdown, Bucks! And the pummeling has started.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And he's going to try to return this one. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw it.
He holds it in, and nobody's close. Tackled, but he has a first down. The Sun Devils headed quickly to the line. Motion from the offense. With jet sweep pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Quarterback strolling away from heat. That's it, 5. And he's thrown another interception. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Off-play action on first down. Looking for a huge play. Makes the grab down the left side. Can anyone catch him? Touchdown, Buffaloes! And the route is on.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot.
Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. Stumbled to the ground.
The 2-point assist is no good. That keeps the score.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
0.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, picked off. Got some room to run. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run.
I got to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. You thought you made a game-changing pick, but how about flying to the football, like you said, making the tackle, getting the football out, recovering it, and, you know, getting a first down. That's how you do it.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. He's going up top here late in the game. Holds it in on the left. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
A huge gain and a first down.
Going up top on 1st down. Feeling some heat. And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Second down now after the sack. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
They're just treating the entire stadium as if it's four-down territory. Odd decision here to go for it, fourth and very, very long. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. And the Sun Devils with the 1st and 10. He is smashing people. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party. A late touchdown.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Getting some heat. And the defense gets to him and snuffs out the 2, and they will draw no closer here. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And
he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Going downfield for the big play. And the pass is intercepted. Bringing it back. The 40. Inside the 30. The 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado!
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays.